Hi, I'm Karen, and welcome back to All About That Fringe. It's been a little while again. I know it's like I drop off the side of the earth, the face. When you drop off the earth, which part do you drop off of? The edge? Maybe the edge. I drop off the edge of the earth, and then I come back up, and I'm like, hey. Um, and honestly, I'm not rising like a phoenix. I'm just sort of like crawling back up to say hello. Um, Still struggling, but I'm still here. And today I am wearing Ellis in R30 2826, which isn't really rooted. So I'm not sure what the R part's about. Um, and I tried to pay really close attention during the code class. And then I went to get this today and I was like, none of my R30s really have a root. Um, but it's R30 2826. It's Estetica and it's Ellis. And so it's a kind of a blunt bob. She has, this is how she comes. You may know my Ellis from my All About That Fringe cover photo, my profile photo, which, was originally in my face and then I cut it and now she's got bangs. This one I left as she came in the box. I had originally thought I would make, you know, shorter fringe bangs out of her, but instead I really like the way she falls to the side. So this is how she's staying. I'm not going to do anything else to her. She is a piece that I love. I don't wear her nearly enough, but I think now that I'm going to be kind of purging and cleaning out my wig closet a bit, I think that I'll be able to start to wear the ones that I really love a little bit more. So Ellis is a straight synthetic. Like I said, she's by Estetica. She has a lace front that's really great, and very natural looking, and also a mono left side part. Um, she's got fabulous coverage. I don't know if you can see right here is a little bit of my temple hair, and a little bit right here, but I have a little bit of red and a little bit of blonde root powder on each of those little tiny temples, which I haven't shaved in a while. So if it's covering this much of it, it's actually really good coverage. And I did the same thing with the root powder just here to my little sideburn hair, which mixes in pretty well. It's not really tremendously noticeable. It's just that they're short. So she's cute. She's got fabulous movement. And I really love her. I wish she came in more colors. And the colors for this particular style are just kind of limited, in terms of the ones that I love. I wish, hey, Estetica, how about you come up with some more colors here? I bought Ellis in R30 2826 from Wig Studio One way back at the beginning of my wig journey, November, December 2021. And I've only worn her a little handful of times, but every time I do, I wonder why I don't wear her more. She feels very much like what my bio hair would be doing and how I would be coloring it. And so, you know, it feels, natural and comfortable, and it's light as well. If you're thinking, ooh, what's that going to feel like in the summer? Super, super light. What else do I want to tell you about her? Anything? Hmm. I think that's it. Like I said, you've seen her in Silver Sun RT8 because she's my profile picture as well. Just if you could get Estetica to make her in some more colors for me, that would be awesome. I know that there are similar styles in other brands, um, but they don't fall exactly like this one does. I really like this one. Okay. Not going to yap at you for too long. I mentioned that I'm going to be, cleaning out my wig closet again. I thought I was going to be moving. That seems to be put on hold. Didn't get to go where I wanted to go. Um, and as a result of that, I wound up taking all of my wigs. Sometimes we talk about how we store them, right? And they were in their original boxes. Many of them I had on stands in a glass case. And I was rotating them and wearing them, but then I had a whole bunch of them that I wasn't wearing, and they were in boxes. And so they're all boxed up nice. And then I got these really cool canvas totes from Amazon. And they're sort of like breathable totes, but they've got like a clear front. And I was able to stack them all in my closet, so that they're really easy and light for me because I'm not supposed to lift anything any heavier than a gallon of milk for kind of like the rest of my life. So it's kind of cool that I can lift them, and they hold about a good dozen boxes of wigs. Yeah, I usually get like three, two, and then one going in the other direction. I can usually stack four boxes. So yeah, but a dozen a piece. Um, and it's been a great way to store them, except that putting them away thinking that I was going to move meant that now I don't have them as organized as I used to. And I have a spreadsheet, but I don't know what's in what canvas tote. So as I'm going through each canvas tote, I'm taking pictures of them. And I'm showing you pictures on my little friend, Vanessa, on my mannequin, either Vanessa or Serena. I kind of get them confused sometimes. And they will try them on. I will take pictures of them forward and sideways, and then the part, and then the inside, and then a close up of the color. But I'm also taking a picture of like the back, and most of them I've just tried on once to see how they look on me and taken some pictures. Few of them I haven't, just been like, nope, that's not my color, put it away. So I have a lot of things that I purchased new, um, and have only tried on for that, quick picture or a quick decision. And I can pass those on to you at a really nice price. I'm not a retailer. I'm not a retailer. But I am going to try to maybe pare down what I have quite substantially, so that I am just wearing the things that I really love, and then I'm keeping the things that I really love, and that the rest of you can have some things that you might really love too. Um, the other thing I wanted to chat with you about really quickly is our outreaches. So we have a person in our group. Her name is Ellery, and I'll be sharing her information in our private group, just so that we don't have a bunch of spammy people all over the world. There seems to be this one person who keeps changing. I'm going to say their profile picture, because goodness knows I don't know what their gender really is. I just know how they present themselves. But they seem to follow me around from public site to public site that I might be on, and sending me like these friend requests and sending me their pictures and all this other weird stuff. If you're listening, please don't do that. Like go go do productive life things instead of like internet stalking people. But I don't know where I was going with that. Just being private about sharing information and contact information about people who are in my group. So Ellery will be the contact person. And what she'll do is she'll field some questions about the outreaches. She's not gonna, have you send your stuff to her. She's not going to, like sort things out and rehab things and whatever. But we do have just a few outreaches that we're going to work with. And basically, there are three, and then we might suggest that you use local organizations. So the three that we're going to suggest, one is the Flaunt Your Wig site. That is also a site where people can just, as the name says, flaunt your wig, show to other people, and it's also a resale site. People will resell their wigs there. I've used that site for that purpose before as well, and there's also an outreach embedded into it. And I know that Joyce, one of the admins, um, is working on kind of separating the outreach out, and that somebody named Kelly is going to help her with that. At least that's what the current plan is. So if you're interested in the outreach that happens through Flaunt Your Wig, it's sort of a one-stop shopping place. You can, do all of those things there. And sometimes they run flash sales where, for the cost of shipping plus a nice donation, please give as much as you can, because they use the donations to cover shipping and the cost of, the expenses of like rehabbing certain wigs and making sure that they're ready to go out to people. So please, do go ahead and give what you can, even if they say, $20-25 donation is appreciated. Do the best you can, but at least cover that, so that you're covering the costs of what it costs for them to get that to you. And so there's that opportunity in Flaunt, to participate in the flash sales. And sometimes they do little rehab boxes, that you can either rehab some wigs and redonate them, or you can rehab them and have them. So there are a bunch of different things that happen there. And just be patient. It's a very large group and there's a lot of things going on. But the people behind the scenes, Heather and Joyce are good people. Kelly's good people. They'll take good care of you. We trust that team, that admin team. And so they'll be one of our recommendations. The other recommendation we have is Sister to Sister, Blessed with Hair to Share. And Wendy, who runs that, and she has a team of helpers, including, one of our members here too, Betty Sue. And they will take your wig donations, and they do a lot of rehabbing. They do some freaking magic, I'll tell you that. And they will post wigs that are available, and you, as a member of their group, will fill out a form that gives a bunch of information that kind of helps them match you. They don't choose things randomly. They actually do prioritize their choices. And so if you're a person who has a medical condition, if you're a person who doesn't have a wig collection or even a single wig, you're going to be prioritized over someone who either has the means or has more available to them. But that doesn't mean that all people aren't considered in some way. And sometimes there are opportunities in that group to pick up a couple of rehab wigs and those sorts of things. So those two, join the groups. We'll include links so that you can join those groups if you're interested in doing that. Also, oh my gosh, I want to say, since maybe 2014, I've been doing things with Matters of Gender. I started the Matters of Gender site, and I used to do more with it when I was a little bit healthier. And so we have a reach, gosh, I forget how many countries, but we have a worldwide reach there. And it's a gender education website. And we do have members in our group who are, parts of organizations and large organizations who, create safe spaces for people, regardless of their gender identification or their sexual orientation, or their presentation. And so one of the things that's happened along the way is that some people have been in touch with me, and they've known of people who are, at this particular point, would like to look more authentically how they feel. And sometimes a wig can help that. And so we will work with those folks more directly. And I'll have y'all get in touch with Ellery and get in touch with me. And we'll work with the organizations. So we're going to ask that you're sort of tied into something so that we can maybe, present some scamming around that. But we'll talk to you about that if that's something you're interested in. So we'll also list the Matters of Gender website if you want to learn a little bit about it. That's not a site I post heavily on, but the archives there are great. And if it's like an area that you don't know a lot about, there's an opportunity to kind of think about how that might also be a place where helper hair can really sometimes even save a life. Then we have local cancer centers. When I say local, I mean local to you. We have cancer centers. We have alopecia organizations. We have high school theater groups. They always need costumes and wigs. If you're thinking, what do I do with these clothes? What do I do with this extra hair? Maybe it's not to the condition and quality that you would wear your hairpiece or your helper hair to work. But it'd be fine in a high school performance. So think about that, or community theater groups. So theater groups in general would probably love your donations. And when it comes to every single one of these I have just mentioned, please, please, please wash them first, please, because you're just using up resources of the organization. So if you're not well and you can't do that, you get a pass. Find somebody else who can do it for you. But but do try and be a good citizen around that. Okay. And for those of you who, are part of our private group, you know that we've like made a few little tweaks to the rules. So amongst members, there are some other things that you might be able to do. I'm going to leave it at that for now. And just say we're really glad, like, and I'm speaking on behalf of my admin team and the people in the group who continue to say all about that fringe is a safe place for us. We have the public page. Most of you are probably on that public page. It's just facebook.com/all about that fringe. Our YouTube channel now has over 100 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please do. But reaching 100 meant that we were able to get our name. So it's www.youtube.com/C for custom / all about that fringe. And I'm really jazzed about that part. I know it's sort of like a little silly thing, but I'm really excited about that. And then we do have our All About That Fringe and Friends group, to which you must be referred and must fill out a form. And we do a little screening before we let folks in there, because we want to keep it a safe place. But it's also another spot for folks who are really serious about creating community and being part of a community and giving as much to a community as they may take from it. But that's sort of how it should be with every community you're in, right? When you can, as you can. We're not always feeling 1,000%. We don't always have all the spoons we need. Okay. I think that's it for now. It's good to see you, as much as I am into Belusa's high. See you next time.